I mentioned Charles Barkley, kind enough to join us. He put out a statement kind of saying goodbye to TNT this upcoming season and the NBA moving on as well. Charles joining us on the program. Tough to read that. I could feel the hurt in your voice there. So how you feeling now?
I just feel sadness for the people I work with. A lot of people, a lot of great people going to lose their job. Dan, I've been with these guys for 24 years. You see them have kids. You see them graduate high school. You see them graduate college. So it's just a sad day for everybody at TNT. I just feel sadness. I'm not worried about me, Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie, but I'm really concerned about the people behind the scenes because Dan, and what's really awkward about it, we got one more year. So these guys going to have to be like, wait a minute. I know I'm going to get fired in a year. What do I do? Do I look for other opportunities that might dry up in a year? So that what really sucks for the people behind the scenes.
How did we get to this point?
Money. The money's just gotten so astronomical, and the owners they need this money to pay these players. And the fans are the big loser, but they need this money to pay the players. Dan, I was telling some friends of mine, you know how old I am? I remember the first time an NBA player made $1 million, we were going around the locker room high-fiving each other. And I'm talking like, Dan, I'm in the locker room with Dr. J, Moses, Maurice Cheeks, Andrew Toney, Clement Johnson, all these guys. We can't, and this was like 86, 87, I think. The first time an NBA player made $1 million. We were high, they're like, we can't believe it. And now $1 million, that's per diem.
Your boss at TNT probably didn't help the cause when he said that we don't need the NBA. So I wonder what the priority was with the NBA. Like, we want it, but we want it at a certain price.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that, to be honest with you. Did they have something to do with it? Not really, because we did say we would match. So yeah, but they didn't give us an opportunity. What I really think happened was because they bought in another partner. This was a last-ditch cash grab by the NBA and the players. That's why I think they signed an 11-year deal. So they're like, hey, let's get as much money as we possibly can right now. This is going to be our last bite of the apple because TNT, ABC, ESPN, they're not going to pay more money going forward. That's why I think they're like, hey, you know what? Let's get in bed. And I'm not blaming because I love Adam. I love Adam. Hey, let's get in bed with the streaming because they're going to be the only people who can afford us in 11 years. That's just my honest opinion.
All right, so what are you going to do when this upcoming season is over?
My intention right now is to retire. So, Dan, I've never said this before, and I'll share it with you because I got a lot of love for you. So my deal, there's been a lot of numbers thrown around about my deal, which I always find fascinating, but I've never told people exactly what my deal was. So my deal is 10 years, $210 million. Next year will be year 3. Turner has to come to me today or next week and say, hey, we screwed up. Will you take a pay cut? So they either gonna have to guarantee the whole 10 years, 210, or they're gonna have to ask me to take a pay cut. Which under no circumstances am I taking a pay cut. 0 chances of me taking a pay cut. So then I'm gonna politely decline taking a pay cut because TNT's been great to me. And they're gonna have to say, we're gonna guarantee the whole 210 or Charles Wade Barkley's gonna be a free agent after next year. So it's going to be a very interesting next few days, but that's the way I structured my contract. They wanted me, I was like, wait, if y'all lose the NBA, why should I get screwed? I said, they're like, well, let's make a let's come to some type of agreement. I said, the agreement is, or we get to make you an offer. I said, that's fine. I'm gonna turn it down because I'm not taking no pay cut because y'all screwed up. And so that's where we're at, Dan. So apparently, unless they, like I say, they can, but I don't see them guaranteeing it, to be honest, because they don't really have anything. So I think I'm gonna be a free agent next summer, and I'm gonna have to sit back and, like I say, right now, I'm not trying to be this or this or this. Right now, my intention is to retire because then, I mean, you've done it quite a few times. In fairness, went to another network, started over. I'm not sure. I love TNT so much, and the people here. I don't know if I want to go to another network. Like I'll never say never, but right now my intention is to stay to last and go out with a bang. We're gonna give everything we got next year because out of loyalty to the NBA and their fans. And I want to say to some of all the fans out there, man, you guys been great. You guys been great to me. When I was in Tahoe a couple of weeks ago, everybody's saying, guys, don't go. I said, dude, we don't want to go, but we're going. First of all, let me say this. This is like the worst kept secret in the history of sports broadcasting. Like, we knew we were done like 5-6 months ago. They're like, well, we're still alive. We're still alive. I'm like, yo, man, please stop lying to us. We know it's over. Just go ahead and announce it. So there is a sense of relief, to be honest with you, to the employees. But I've been spending a lot of time with the employees lately, and they just wanted it to be over because they got to start planning for their future.
Yeah, but why can't you guys still do your show? If I'm Amazon, why wouldn't Amazon say, why don't we capitalize on the best, pregame show that there is out there and bring you guys in, keep everybody in Atlanta, keep all the producers, and you guys, just produce your show?
Well, first of all, you have to ask Ernie that because Ernie is the guy who probably would never leave Turner. But Dan, everything's on the table.
Has somebody spoken to Amazon?
I have spoken to all three networks.
So you spoke to Amazon?
I have spoke to all three networks.
So you spoke to Amazon?
I have spoke to all three networks, Dan, who got the NBA going forward.
I know Amazon is where you can
Let me
go.
say this. I have spoken for the last 3 months. I've spoken to all the networks.
That doesn't sound like somebody who's going to retire.
Well, Dan, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. I mean, first of all, I'd be stupid not to take their call. But the beauty of this situation, I don't have to make any decisions for a year, Dan. But I told all three networks, hey, I'm honored. I'm flattered that y'all want to talk to me. But let's see what happens in a year. So that's the great thing about it from my perspective. I don't have to make any decisions for a year. But like I say, my intention, I'm not trying to play hardball. I'm not trying to get attention. My intention right now is to retire. Like I say, Ernie would never go to another network. I have not talked to Kenny and Shaq, but I have listened to everybody. And like I say, I got a year, Dan. I ain't got to worry about this. All this stuff is just noise for a year, to be honest with you.
Okay, would you go someplace without Ernie or without, let's say, Shaq and Kenny? Let's say Ernie is not leaving, staying TNT Atlanta. Would you, on your own, go to another network to be part of their NBA broadcast?
I'm not frozen. I'm thinking. That's a great question, Dan. I don't know how to answer that question. I ain't gonna never lie to you. I don't know how to answer that question right now because I don't know. First of all, I don't know who's got what going forward. Like when I had these conversations with these companies, they're like, we're finalizing what we're going to have.
Okay.
So I would have to sit back. Hey, ESPN, tell me what you guys got and what you want me to do. Amazon, tell me what you got and what you want me to do. NBC, tell me what you got and what you want me to do. Until they finalize what they got, because there was rumors when we were like, we're going to lose the conference. Even if we retain the NBA, we're going to lose a day of the week. We're going to lose the conference finals every other year. So when I talk to these companies, I says, get back to me when you know what you got.
Okay. That's fair. Amazon's got the money, though.
Dan, everybody's got money. They're paying $2 billion a year.
No. Amazon's got money.
Hey, I'd be a fool not to say I'm not going to listen to Amazon. I'm not that stupid.
I agree. I think you're going to continue to do it. You got to talk to somebody. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, I do, Dan. I'll talk to them all.
No. I'm saying you have to have an audience to talk to.
Dan, I'm 62. I'll be 62.
I'm 6 years older than you, and I still need an audience to talk to, and so do you.
Dan, you know what? I want to tell you something. You're a coward, too.
I saw you play in Tahoe. Oh, my God. You have no business talking about anything.
Oh, let me tell you something.
I'll let you carry my bag.
No. There was 5 people who said to me, man, you got to get Dan Patrick back out here. I'm telling you, too. There's 5 people. I said, Dan Patrick is a coward. He is scared to play golf on television. He has an open invitation. But I said, Dan, he said, I love Dan, but Dan's just a coward. Because I know what happened. I remember the last time you played in Tahoe, them little putts that they give you at the country club that you kept 3 putting from like 2 inches. Hey, the look of shock on your face when we wouldn't give you gimmies and you were 3-putting, it was one of the best things I've seen in my life. You just yipping, you have to yips on these little tap ins.
You were right, but I still beat you.
You can't beat me, Dan.
I beat you back then. Look,
I'm playing the best I've ever played in my life now.
Well, that's not very good. I saw the highlights.
I came in 52nd.
Wow. Now I'm nervous. Damn.
So, in the casino, you could bet on me. I finally beat the odds. You had Charles Barkley coming in top 70, and the last 2 years I came in like 72nd. This year I played the best I ever played, and I won a lot of people money, brother. I came in 52nd out of 90. Now, anytime you want to come, I'll call NBC. Dan, please come on. Come on, Dan. Come on. Don't be a coward. You can play with me. Come on.
All right. The loser has to retire.
Oh, I tell you what. I've never done a radio show from my house. I'll let you do your show for a week.
No, you said that before, and then you were a coward. You left and went to Vegas.
Well, I go to Vegas every year for the Super Bowl.
Did you invite us to your house when we were going out for the Arizona Super Bowl?
Yeah, but I wasn't in town.
We said we'll still go there. And you go, no, I'm in Vegas. That's a coward.
I've been 28 straight years to Vegas for the Super Bowl.
But why would you invite us?
Well, because I thought, if I'm in town.
But you're never there in town. It was a faux invitation by you.
Hey, brother, you got an open invitation. I'll let you in the Barkley compound. You know I love your guys. You come. We can do one show we can do it from my tennis court.
I don't care about your tennis court. You got anything else there?
I got a guest house, a putting green. I got some bunkers and putting green. Apparently, I got a nice house. I just saw it on the internet the other day.
Well, you're making $20 million a year. You should be.
Well, I'm blessed. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
I was until yesterday.
You got one more year making $20 million.
Hey, $21 million, Dan.
$21 million.
Don't cheat me out of the million.
Dude, you could get $30 million a year.
Well,
you could get $30 million.
Well, I look forward to hearing those offers come in.
All right.
I'm just going to enjoy my last year at Turner because it's amazing. Hey, listen, money will not be if I keep working, money will not be the deciding factor. Work schedule will be.
Well, that's where you dictate what you want to do.
That's why I said. That's why I keep my options open with all 3 networks, brother.
I don't know why we're yelling at each other. We're
not yelling at each other. We're having a good conversation.
Spirited conversation.
Yes.
Thanks again for joining us.
No, thanks for having me, Dan. You're the best. Tell everybody I said hello. Everybody have a great weekend.
Thank you, buddy. That's Charles Barkley. Let me take a break. Back after this.